Hi, and welcome back to Technology Wizard. So welcome to Lesson 2 in COBOL programming. Today we're just going to be doing an interesting little tutorial on how to display variables in COBOL. So let's start with basic and simple. We're in VS Code. I've got the GNU COBOL extension loaded on. If you'd like a video on how to do this, set up GNU COBOL, let me know. But we're going to start off with identification division. So we will always start off with this because this is where we put the name of our program and author and all the other stuff we need to identify the program with. So we start off with identification division, making sure we're on the 8th section there. So as you can see, you tab and then we go to the 8th section. Then we type in program ID. And then we call it whatever you like. So in this case, I'm calling it display variable, and I end it with a period. So a program ID means this program's name is display variables. And then we'll start off with, continue on with our data division. So this is where all the variables and structures go. And then within here, we're going to do a section called a working storage section. So this is where we keep all of our variables during the program. So anything that needs to be kept in long memory, we're going to store here. And we're going to create our first variable for the day. As we can see here, so we've got everything: identification division, ID, data, and then working storage. So now we're going to create a very first variable. We're doing it as a 01, which is a top level variable, and we're going to call it WS message. So as we can see, 01 is top level, means it's a top level data. WS message is the actual name of the variable. And then what we're going to do is we're going to show you how to set it to either an alphanumeric or numeric, which in this case it's a picture clause X, which means it's alphanumeric, so it can accept both numbers and letters. And then we're going to set it to 20 bytes, which is essentially you can fit 20 characters in there, so you can display 20 characters on it. And in this case, we want to create the value, set the value as, and then we're going to put the message as just simple COBOL wizard. And then end that with a period. Remember, in COBOL, everything has to be ended with a full stop or a period. So it has to, that's how you terminate the end of that line. And then we're going to create a new division called procedure division. So the procedure division is where your statements and instructions go. So as we put in display, etc. And then we're going to hit tab one more time and go to 12. So the 12 is where we put the displays. And then we go display WS message. So we're calling that variable called WS message. So as you can see there, one reference is shown up. So that means in the program, we've referenced one variable, as you can see there. And so we've displayed WS message. Quite simple, and in that with a period as well. And we're going to end the program by typing stop run, and then end that with a period also. So this will stop the program after that's displayed. So that is the basics of what we've got there. So as you can see, we've got the identification division, program ID. It displays what your program's name is. We've got the data division, which is for variables and data structures. And then we've got the working storage section. And I'll show you how to add the author's name as well. So this is how you add the author's name. And we'll just put author dot and then just tech wizard. And then the working storage section is for the variables. Procedure division is for statements and instructions. And that's essentially that part done. Now we're going to continue on, and we're going to run the program this time. So we're going to see it all in action, and we're going to see how that's turned out. So if we go to your program files, so in my case, it's in my C drive in programming and COBOL programs. And then we're going to type this little code in, and that will essentially help compile the program. So we're changing the program's name. So it's cobc-x-std equals IBM, and then the name of the file in my case is COBOL-lesson-2.cbl. So it could be anything. The only thing you'll need to change is the name of the file. Hit enter. And then as you can see, there's one warning, no errors, which means we're all compiled and good to go. So now all we're going to do is // and then type the name of the file again, COBOL-lesson-2, and then .exe, because it's created an executable in that file. So we're going to run that now. And as you can see, COBOL Wizard. So quick and simple that was. Very quick and simple. We've got it displayed, and that's essentially how you run a COBOL program through VS Code. GNU COBOL is very easy to set up, very simple. If you would like a tutorial how to set this up, I'm just guessing that everyone who's following this has this set up already. If you would like a tutorial how to set this up, it is fair question. Please comment and just say, can you please make a tutorial? And I can certainly do that for you. But that's the basics of that. Using VS Code, the current updated version, it is very simple from there. So in this lesson, we've essentially shown you how to create a variable and how to display that variable on the screen. If you would like more of these lessons, please comment below and let me know what you'd like to see next. But I hope you enjoyed, and see you in the next video. Thank you.